Good morning. On behalf of the Library Board and staff of Lincoln City Libraries, I'm delighted to welcome you to Bennett Martin Library this morning. I'm Pat Leach, the director of Lincoln City Libraries. Today, on the heels of our very successful Winter Reading Challenge, Lincoln City Libraries is now partnering with the Leeds Center for Performing Arts on an adult reading program called Savor the Color of Life, and this will run from February 1st through April 4th of this year. Savor the Color of Life is a celebration of reading aligned with the upcoming performances of the musical The Color Purple at the Leeds Center April 11th to 15th. The musical is based on the award-winning book The Color Purple by Alice Walker, which was originally published in 1982. The reading program theme also links well with African American History Month during February. So here's how the program works. Adults register online through the library's website and then read and log 4 books of your own choice between February 1st and April 4th. And we do have some fine suggestions for your reading pleasure on bookmarks that are available at all of the libraries. Then we'll have some special events, and those include African American read-ins on February 9th at the LPS district offices, as well as February 21st at Isley Branch Library. This very library will be a launch site of a downtown scavenger hunt the week of March 3rd. We'll have a gospel music event on Sunday, March 4th. A movie versus book event at Gear Branch Library in March, and then a poetry slam as our wrap-up event on April 4th. Then there are drawings for tickets to the musical The Color Purple that will take place throughout the program. And we certainly do encourage participants to post on social media throughout this program using the hashtag SavorLNK. It's all exciting. It's all fun to be in partnership. This is what reading in community looks like, and the libraries are thrilled to be able to partner with the Leeds Center for Performing Arts on this. We've enjoyed quite a few collaborative projects with the Leeds Center for Performing Arts over the years, and right now it's my pleasure to introduce their executive director, Bill Steffen.
Thank you, Pat, and good morning. As I'm the executive director of the Leeds Center for Performing Arts, and we are so thrilled to be partnering with the Lincoln Libraries and the City of Lincoln in this amazing collaboration celebrating the color purple. As many of you know, the Tony Award winning show is coming to Lincoln, Nebraska, April 11th through 15th. And I had the opportunity to see this amazing production on Broadway. And it was one of the greatest moving productions I've ever seen in my life, and we're so thrilled to have the first national tour come to Lincoln, Nebraska. The Color Purple is an epic tale spanning 40 years in the life of Celie, an African-American woman living in the South, who survives an incredible abuse and bigotry. She overcomes holding on to her dream of one day being reunited with her sister. When we booked The Color Purple as part of the 17-18 season, we knew Nebraska audiences would be impacted by the incredible performances live at the Leeds Center. But we also knew it was an opportunity to collaborate in the community and create a partnership with our library system and create a whole community celebration of culture and diversity. We're thrilled that not only are people going to be watching the show at the Leeds Center, but they're going to be reading the story, talking about it among their friends in groups, and a deep experience here in Lincoln. This past fall, we had one of the co-writers of The Color Purple come to Lincoln, Nebraska and worked with our students. And they sang on our stage. It was an incredible, amazing program. And so we're so thrilled that this actually has been a year-long experience. And how often is it that a Broadway creator comes to Lincoln, Nebraska and works with our local talent and puts on a show on the Leeds Center stage? And I know for me personally, I got chills, and I don't tell anybody, but I cried. It was an amazing, amazing production. Working with our students and our faculty and staff and the community members. I want to make sure this show and this message reach a wide audience, and this is why I'm here today. Through this partnership and The Color Purple, the Leeds found an opportunity to more deeply connect with a wider audience through music, literacy, and discovery. I'm so excited to lead as part of this amazing project. The Color Purple is such a layered and rich story that deserves to be celebrated throughout our city in many remarkable ways. For over 25 years, the Lead Center for Performing Arts has engaged in communities across Nebraska with exceptional experiences bringing artists throughout and thought leaders such as Yo-Yo Ma, Wynton Marsalis, Suzanne Farrell, B.B. King, and Alvin Ailey to our stage. That commitment continues this season with artists like American Ballet Theater, America's Ballet Company, with Missy Copeland and the St. Louis Symphony gracing our stage in just 2 weeks. It's an incredible year at the Lead Center and here in Lincoln, Nebraska. We're so excited about partnering with the Lincoln City Libraries, the City of Lincoln, and Downtown Lincoln Association. This is going to be an amazing project. The Color Purple, its message, and the message of its authors on the library's recommended reading list have the power to help us think differently and push us to live more fulfilling lives. And as Alice Walker reminds us, if art doesn't make us better, then what's on earth is it really for? We encourage you all to experience and participate and savor the color of life and experience Color Purple, which will certainly be one of the greatest musicals to take place at the Lead Center in our history. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bill. We're excited by the variety of activities that we're able to offer through our downtown library and throughout our system as a result of Savor the Color of Life. And in acknowledgement of that, I'd like to introduce our next speaker. Please help me welcome Carl Eskridge, who represents this area on the Lincoln City Council. Carl.
Thank you, Pat. This is a great event, and I really appreciate the collaboration between the libraries, the Lead Center, downtown, the city. So award season has begun. Last Sunday, the Grammy Awards. Coming up in March are the Oscars. June, the Tonys. Also, you might have missed this one. Pantone has the color of the year, okay? And since 2000, they've been choosing a color that helps to set the cultural mood of what's going on around us. And so the color for the year 2018 is 18-3838. So 18-3838 is a color that is dramatically provocative and thoughtful. 183838 communicates originality, ingenuity, and visionary thinking that points us right toward the future. Anybody know what 18383838 is? Purple. Actually, ultraviolet. Okay. But how did you know that?
I read about it.
You read it, of course. We learned a lot of things by reading them. So about 10 years ago, I was invited to join a book club with 12 other guys. And each month, one of us gets to choose a book, and we read it and discuss it at the next month's meeting. Every book that's chosen is unique and interesting. They're oftentimes not books that I would choose to read, but they're great books, and I always learn things that I wouldn't know. And so the book we read for this month was In a Sunburned Country by Bill Bryson. And this was a great book. It was so interesting. It was about the Aboriginal people. It was about these dangerous animals, beautiful scenery, these incredible distances that separate the cities that kind of ring Australia on the coast, but there's a lot of nothing kind of in between, and this book takes you into that nothingness. And the best thing about it was this book was chosen for the bitter cold January that we've just had. And so it was great to read this book and experience the warmth in different places. It literally transported us to Australia. So we're here to celebrate reading, because reading opens new worlds to us, like the color ultraviolet. Reading is meant to be provocative and thoughtful. It communicates originality, ingenuity, and visionary thinking. We celebrate reading because it opens our eyes and our minds to explore new and fresh ways. But back to our color, ultraviolet, or purple. That reminds us that the Lead Center is indeed hosting the Broadway musical, The Color Purple. This musical, as we've heard, is based upon the novel of Alice Walker, who in 1983 became the first woman of color to win the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. Whether you read the book, see the musical, or hopefully do both, you will find that this experience broadens your horizons. And that's what reading does. It makes our world larger, so we can travel to places we never would even think about going to without leaving our homes in Lincoln, Nebraska. Reading and the arts also make our world smaller because we're able to get into and to experience the depth of feeling and experience that individuals have that we would never know otherwise. So we celebrate this opportunity to experience the musical, The Color Purple, and to read and learn about people that might be different than we are, but share some of the same feelings and experiences. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. One of the best things about a project like this is that we make new friends and work with new partners. And I want to point out that one of our partners on this program through the scavenger hunt is Ivana Cohn. Amy Lee is here with a special ice cream flavor that will be sort of on and off throughout this program period. But it's clear that Amy brought samples with her. So I want you to know that that's your incentive and motivation today. And we're so pleased you're here, Amy. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge that Ann Chang, who is the artistic director of the Leeds Center for Performing Arts, is with us today. We're glad you're here, Ann. Thank you. Also, we've been working with the Downtown Lincoln Association on a variety of projects, but I want to acknowledge that Todd Ogden from DLA is with us today as well, and we're so pleased to be working with you. This collaboration, as others have mentioned, demonstrates what lifelong education looks like through the performing arts and through reading. When we experience those things in community, not only do we grow individually, but we really are building our community. And again, I thank our partners for joining us in this perfect example of the good, the great good that happens in a city that values lifelong education. That concludes our remarks today. I'd be happy to address any questions that you might have. Okay, I think the main question is the ice cream ready immediately? Yes, it is. Thank you so much for coming today, and we look forward to participating with you in a variety of ways all the way through Savor the Color of Life. Thank you.